Hello all. Today we'll be talking about Manjaro and all its features. Now, I'm a hardcore KDE user, and for some reason this is using a lot less than any Windows would ever apply. But I'm a hardcore KDE fan. That's the desktop environment used here. They come with plentiful desktop environments. So if we just come over here and look at the you got XFCE, KDE, GNOME, Architect Knight. So which I'm not with a console-based net installer, so that's the net installer right there. But as you can see, it comes with three main desktop environments. XFCE being the lightest, KDE being the second, I would say. I'm not for sure on that, and third being GNOME. No, KDE probably being the most resourceful, and GNOME being the second most resourceful. I'm a hardcore KDE fan. When I seen this, I had to get it. I did do dual boot with this. Perfectly smooth. Do have to partition it yourself because install alongside does not work, so I do not recommend using that option. If you don't support dual booting, I don't really care. That is your choice. I chose it because I know what I'm doing. Regardless, I know how to partition and how to create new partitions and what it needs. And if you know how to do that, I do believe that dual booting is perfectly fine. But beyond that, let's get into this. So it comes in three different desktop environments. Very handy, very user-friendly for all. Very easy installation, of course. Let's see here. They actually have their own computer, which goes for like $1,000, which is the same exact computer I used when I got for about $800. So I mean, I support them. I do. So let's see what the features are. 7th gen Intel Core CPU. Well, I guess if you're going for the i7, it would bump up the cost a little bit. I got the i5-7200U. The HD graphics, I got 620. It comes with 610 or 620. Backlit keyboard, so it does support Kaby Lake. The hardware on this is very good for you. If you're running this system, it was very good for me. I do got DDR4. And mine is upgradable to 32 GB as well. Ultra thin 17.8. I do not have that full HD. Now it probably does have a better screen than me. 1 megapixel webcam. Mine's a little bit better than that. Wireless fitted as standard. So here's the look at this nice little desk or laptop, I should say. Let's turn the volume down here. So let's just go ahead and skip through here. As you can see, it's not cheap made at all. It's very nice looking, and as you can see, all these ports. Oh, you got ports for days. So I can see all the prices up a little bit too as well. USB 3.0 there, HDMI 3.1 right here. Nice. So it's doing everything that Mac takes away and adds more than Mac has, and Windows. Depending on if you're building your own computer or not, you can always add those. But for this, bang for its buck, I would say yes. If you come down here, you can look and see some of the things they got going on here. So, as you can see, here's all the stuff. And But let's see. Scroll back up here. Hardware. Where do you click? Oh, order now. Here we go. Okay, except for that. Manjaro, so you can just basically click on here and whichever logo you want, choose the hard drive. So if you just wanted a standard 500 gigabyte hard drive, that's gonna be an extra E50. Choose second hard drive. So we're just gonna take the second hard drive off. No second hard drive. So 120 gigabyte SSD, operating system, and we're gonna choose. Yep. Gonna go SSD on this, so I can see why that's went up a little bit. So Core i5 2.5 gigahertz. That's gonna be the same as mine. And no secondary and white Manjaro. So add to cart here. And if we got in here, I've already added one just to check the price. So $999 for this right here. So 8 gigs of RAM at 2133 megahertz, but that's irrelevant. That's just showing you what they're including. I'm sorry for going on for so long about that. The community behind them is wonderful. You have a wiki and IRC channels for all of them for great support, which is wonderful. Manjaro, however you want to say it, is really doing big things. Now, if you don't know anything about Manjaro, it is based off of Arch Linux. Now, Arch Linux, kind of complicated to some who doesn't want to actually get down in there and do the work and build their own system, which hardcore Arch users have. And Arch has built a they've kind of eased up a little bit here in later years, but first came out up there recently. Arch was very hardcore on newbies, that he had no remorse. So if you want an alternative, Manjaro might be your guess. I'm using this as my main operating system. I use Windows for gaming strictly. I use this for a lot of gaming as well. I will be using this for a lot of gaming, but some of the games that I play don't support Linux yet, and jumping through Wine is just a hassle. But for everyday use and playing most of the games that I do play, I will be using this. What really stole me away is the fact that you used AUR, which is the repositories for Arch, and a lot of like Antigos supports it as well. But there's something about Manjaro that just sticks out. As you can see, the regular KDE is replaced by this nice Manjaro logo. And what I've also noticed is they have added their own little thing here, so you can switch between desktops very smoothly. I don't know if you could see that, but you can switch to desktops very smoothly. Very nice. Show desktop, so if you wanted to show your desktop, it has that nice little feature right there also. So as you can see, there's a little white space up here showing you that there's something going on, and you can just go back like that. You got your trash right here, which is very convenient. Clipboard, and that's for, of course, KDE. It's for modifying your panel. Now, alongside from focusing on that, let's go into the about of this Info Center. So KDE Plasma version 5.11.4. Now, if I do think right, I think that is the latest version. Latest KDE version. KDE community. Let's see. 5.10. Let's see. KDE ships applications. I don't really know where to find it at, but I do know that this is one of the newest Plasma versions. KDE frameworks 5.4. Qt version 5.9.3, kernel version 4.9.68. That's a fairly current kernel version, so it's keeping up with everything. Hardware, processor, you got your stuff done here, and everything else is just there. So, moving on. Let's go on to Manjaro itself. I was at the about. It is a rolling release, I do believe. So you'll constantly be getting updates. Constantly. No, not constantly. Every once in a while, you get an update. Moving on to one bug that I did encounter. If you're kind of new and you don't want to use Octopi, on the KDE version there is not a software center pre-installed, so you have to come in here, and I use the Genome. So you just type in Genome, and it's the I can show you. It's this software center right here. Add remove. So Genome Software Center. I prefer Genome. It's nice, sleek, and easy to use, and it's got everything just right here for you. So you will need to install this Genome Software Center. Other than that, if you don't want to go and jump through and just read what you're doing, and you want like pictures and nice things like that, updates, you can check those. For some reason, YouTube is not updated currently, which I'll probably have to do some more research about. But not YouTube, but Firefox. But so far, everything else is up to date, so I've made sure of that. It does come with some bloatware that I've removed a little bit of, but not much. Trying to keep this as whenever I downloaded it, I was like, I need to make a video about this. So this is what I did. I've tried to keep it stock. So let's go more into the about. straight from the overview. Manjaro is a user-friendly Linux distribution based on the independently developed Arch Linux operating system. So right there it is, Arch operating system. Within the Linux community, Arch itself is renowned for being an exceptionally fast, powerful, and lightweight distribution that provides access to very latest cutting-edge and bleeding-edge software. So you're getting the newest software, obviously, from the repositories, and since it is a rolling release instead of just a constant release or a LTS, you'll be getting updates, and you'll always have dist updates, so you'll never have to worry about that. And it'll show down here in the icon bar as the octi, wherever that went to. Anyway, pre-installed desktop environments, pre-installed graphics applications, and pre-installed codecs. It supports the FFmpeg, so you don't have to get them for that, for OBS or anything else that you use. All the MPEGs are already installed. Comes with some IRC chat, some mathematics and stuff like that. What else does this come with? Development. The development is like, I guess for creating C++ and stuff like that. Comes with Krita, digital painting, so let's just open that up real quick. It looks kind of cool. I enjoy the look of it. Open source is always fun and fun to play around with. So yeah, this is neat. Kind of reminds me of old school Photoshop. You have all the things right here. Never seen this before, so I'd say you could probably open a picture and add your own gradients, and I'd say you can add layers over here if I wanted to. Well, if I created something new. Well, you guys get the gist. It's like an offshoot of GIMP and Photoshop, which I don't like GIMP, but I do like Photoshop. The one thing I do use on a daily basis as a photographer. Moving on. Features. Speed, power, and efficiency. Access to very latest cutting edge, bleeding edge. Okay, they overemphasized that a little bit. Rolling release developed model that provides the most up-to-date system possible without the install of new versions, so it updates your kernels and everything. Access to the AUR, of course. If you're using an Arch-based system, you're going to be using AUR. However, Manjaro boasts a few extra features. Simplified user-friendly installation. Very easy installation, actually. Automatic detection of your computer's hardware. Graphics, automatic installation of necessary software. So it basically runs through and detects everything. That is your key features right here. Let's go on back. Now, the rolling release. Let's go through and see what this is about. We'll say, if you don't know what a rolling release is, I think I've explained that about twice now, but it keeps your system and kernels up to date consistently with the newest cutting edge ones. And you can actually go over here to your opti, and you can choose a repository you're coming from here. So if I want to just use AUR, but let me find out where I was at. Install a package. Where was I at? Well, you can install new kernels through this as well, I'm pretty sure. Installed. Let's just click my installed or find kernel. I'm not going to be able to find that, but there was a way get latest distro news. Maybe that was it, I don't know. Install local package, open root terminal. Well, there's a way you can install new different kernels from here, but that's neither here nor there. So, why versions of Manjaro are being released? The releases, you can read this if you want, that's on there. Going on, what is Linux? Everybody knows what Linux is. Linux is not an actual operating system. Linux is an it's a bunch of different OSs, but they call it Linux. So there's that. Community, download, hardware, get involved, lists. So you've got all these things right here. Security. Let's go on here about Manjaro to see the collection. So I don't think Manjaro comes with a pre-installed firewall. If you care about that. Well, what the hell am I trying to spell here? No, it does not. So you will need to run a firewall, maybe. Hang on, what was that? Run fire. I don't know what fire is, so I'm not going to run it. But getting down to the nitty gritty, let's see what Manjaro has. I was going to the end. Okay. So internet of course, browse. That's for SSH server browsers for like file transfers over open networks. If you don't know what SSH is, I'll probably make a video about that as well. VNC server browser. It comes with pre-installed with QBitTorrent, which I like personally. Thunderbird, of course, most systems do. Pre-installed with Steam, nice. I think it's pre-installed with Steam. It is. Okay. So it comes pre-installed with Steam, which is nice. Don't have to go and do that. It does come pre-installed with Media, which I'm going to add, or VLC Media Player. I love VLC. And that's wonderful as well. Going on system settings. Of course, this is preference, but Manjaro has up their stuff a little bit. So here's my network. Okay, and here's how you can check your display driver on Manjaro. So open source installed. Maybe we can. Okay, so I got my video intel here. So as you can see, I got my video intel and all that. This is my display driver and this, which is good. Open source and installed, which is good. Here's where you can update your kernels, which is what I was looking for. So the latest kernel release is 4.14.5, which is the most up-to-date LTS recommended. Here's the one I'm running right now, which I will be needing to update to. So I'm gonna go ahead and update to this. Hit yes. So that should give me all the updates that I need. I think I just figured out why. So we'll go ahead and update that. While that's done, then we'll get to some more things. Maybe I gotta wait to show the details here. Sorry, I'm a tad bit congested. Please excuse me. Interesting that you it comes pre-installed, which of course most systems you will have to upgrade the kernel if you want everything. So here's all the OTSs and here's the recommended. So it doesn't come with the recommended, so you will need to go ahead and update your kernel from 4.9 to 4.14. So it supports all these, and here's a tester if you wanted to try 4.15. But I suggest just going with the LTS and upgrading whenever these are more stable. So we can still tinker around in here. I don't think so. It's not having it. We could pin that if we want to. So we'll just let this run through. Okay, it's done. Now we got that, and we can remove. Well, we're gonna have to restart to run that kernel. But moving on. Language packages, local, going through the workspace themes. So you got your Breeze, and you got your Oxygen. All these are, well, Breathe is I think Manjaro's custom version, which I enjoy thoroughly. I'm keeping it. I don't feel like changing or upgrading. I like keeping it simplistic. Desktop theme Breeze, which is nice. Crystal theme, I will be changing because I hate this. I don't like this one at all. I like the more I like this one right here. Actually, I don't like that big square thing. I don't like that when I'm moving around and stuff. Splash screen, you can have your Manjaro, Breeze, or whatever, or you can install your own. It doesn't matter. That's of course KDE. Moving along from there, let's see if there's anything special about this power management. What does it give you? Screen brightness, it's automatic on battery. That's fine. Accessibility. So let's get out of here. It's not the bells and whistles of what this operating system is. I'm trying to get down to it. Okay. So it does come pre-installed with a printer management program, which is nice. It comes pre-installed with a pretty good amount of stuff that you might need, like disk usage statistics. Let's see what else. I know it comes with a lot of things. Utilities. I just was here. Let's see here. System. How to remove applications. disk burning. So you got K3B for disk burning. Drop down terminal. What is this? Oh, okay. So it's got a drop down terminal for ease of access. So that's nice. I enjoy that. Is there a way to implement it better? Maybe there isn't. I'm just overlooking it. Let's go back here to system. So info center, we got our cups, of course, everything else. So Octopi, I'm not sure if Manjaro made that or not. I'm pretty sure they did, but if not, correct me if I'm wrong. You got your process viewer, which if I come over here and click this, it'll open up my process viewer, and you can see what's going on from here. So that's neat. Moving on to graphics. So you got your graphical settings for notifier. So you can change your notifications if you wanted to, all of that stuff, which is nice. Let's see here. Where's we at? Office. It comes with a full suit of LibreOffice. The full suit. Nice, very nice. Multimedia. So VLC, music player client, and it comes pre-installed with Kdenlive Live, which is wonderful. If you don't know what Kdenlive Live is, it's the best open source video editor for everybody. Missing package, free dirt. Plugins, provides many effects. We don't need it. We don't need effects. We're recording a desktop. If you don't know what this is, though, this is so simplistic yet so much to do inside of this one little workspace, and it actually is fun. There's no jumping through hoops or having to search up what to do. You can figure it out yourself, and you can always get help through the Kdenlive handbook. So much easier than going online and watching tutorials for it just not to work out. You can do it yourself and teach yourself. Way better. Way better. Why are you on my desktop? Move this to trash. Get it out of here. Okay, moving on. Comes pre-installed with the IRC chat. Multimedia, just went through this. I installed OBS myself, but OBS is super easy to get through a command line on here. Internet, web browser, Firefox, of course, network, folder wizard, so you can go and look at that. Download manager, KGet, and QBitTorrent, which I need to add to my widgets. I like having many widgets. I like have plentiful widgets, so I have ease of access instead of having to click over here, and I don't like my desktop to be cluttered, so I like this. Going on. Internet. Graphics. We went through some of this, but we didn't go through it fully. Digital painting, which kind of reminds me of old school like Photoshop, which I will be using. I might be using this more than Photoshop, so depends on what comes with it. I actually want to open that up and take a little bit more of a look into that. This is nice. I might actually do something with that here in a second. Let's see, games. So it comes pre-installed with Steam only, which is nice. So it's not so clustered with the mines. I'll have to go back and do that. And then all the rest of this. So then we can look into this. Very, very sleek. I enjoy this very much, especially the KDE version. Keeps you up to date with everything, and you have your freedom of choice for the kernels, and you don't have to jump through hoops. It's just right there in your face. That's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you got something from it. What Manjaro comes with, and if I recommend it to you, I do. I recommend it thoroughly to you. Tons of pre-installed applications, stuff that I've not used, but I have discovered Krita now, and I actually wanted to create. Oh my gosh, it has a wide variety of things here. Oh wow! So we'll just create something simple like 1280 by 720, which is the base for. So we'll just name this thumbnail. We'll just hit create here. See if it gives us. Oh, it does. Oh, and you have like your text, so I can install a text and a gradient tool. Oh wow, this is neat. I'm sorry, I haven't gotten into this. So let's go ahead and do this. Nice. Let's see if it's got a bucket. Doesn't got a bucket. Maybe if I press B for bucket. No, no hotkey for B. Where's the bucket at? No, there has to. Oh, there's the bucket. Let's go ahead and paint this black. Let's plus a layer. Go ahead and grab my thing back here and set it to a nice dark green color and make our own. And that was terrible. How do they have their logo? We need like a square, like a I need to look into this a little more, but we need like a, let's see, what do they have going on here? And then one that comes up like right here, Manjaro. No, there we go. There's our thumbnail for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you enjoy this system if you choose to install it as much as I do, because I'm having fun with this. This is enjoyable. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and give me your input on what you think. Sorry for the long video if it's too long. Maybe I can do some cutscenes later, but I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.